Welcome back, team players. Today I've got another teamwork strategy video for you. It's time to talk about physical defense formation. Before I get into it, there are a few things you need to note. First of all, this strategy does not work against non-physical attacks. I'm talking about spells, and I'm talking about things like Dragon's Breath weapons. Also, this strategy works best against melee attackers that don't have reach. And finally, this strategy is meant to be a last-ditch effort. You only want to use this strategy when you and your party are in dire straits. Now that that's out of the way, let's move on to the actual strategy itself. So what do you need for this strategy? First of all, you'll need the Protector Tree spell. This spell is only available to primal casters, so you'll need one of those. Secondly, you'll need the Wall of Wind spell. That means either another primal caster or an arcane caster. Lastly, you'll need a champion and a fighter, or two champions. Any champions you have will need to have 3 feats. The first is Divine Wall. This will make all the squares around the champion difficult terrain for the enemies. The champion will also need Quick Block. This will enable the champion to block more attacks with his shield. And finally, both the champion and the fighter need to have Shield Warden. This feat is very important because it will allow the melee attackers to block attacks coming at the spellcasters. And finally, the fighter also needs Quick Shield Block for the same reason that the champion needs Quick Block. And yes, the fighter and the champion will both need shields for this to work. So how does this strategy work? In the end, the formation needs to look something like this. The green square on the map is your Protector Tree. The red lines are your Wall of Wind. Please note that the druid wants to cast that Protector Tree at as high a level as he can. This will give the tree the maximum number of hit points, and therefore it will last longer. Also, the fighter and the champion need to have the best shields they can possibly get. More hit points on the shields means less damage coming to the party. The Wall of Wind is important because not only are those squares counted as difficult terrain, but that will also stop most physical ranged attacks coming the party's way. Unfortunately, you're not going to be able to have your Wall of Wind go completely around the entire party. So if there is an opening, you need to have the champion there. Champions are all about defense, so it's going to be harder for ranged attackers to hit the champion. That being said, you do want your primal caster right next to that champion. In fact, if you can put him right next to the fighter and the champion, all the better. That primal caster needs to be able to heal the champion when needed, at least. But it's better if he can heal the fighter as well. Please note that the Wall of Wind will not stop the spellcasters from casting spells, as long as those spells don't create physical objects. This is the reason that this strategy will not work against enemy spellcasters. But this is also the reason that our spellcasters can cast spells through the walls at our enemies. This of course means we can still hit enemies trying to launch projectiles at our walls. But overall, enemies are going to either have to attack our champion, which is what we want, or they're going to have to move up on us, which we're okay with. Unfortunately, with this strategy, the fighter is really only there to protect the spellcaster that the champion cannot protect. I know, wasting fighter potential. But at the same time, good GMs will try to get through the wall on that side. And this will enable the fighter to do something on his turn other than just like recall knowledge or something. Please note that this strategy also works well if you're trying to buy time to heal the party. Is this strategy perfect? No, of course not. As I said before, it doesn't work against spellcasters. Also, there is a hole in our defense. See if you can figure out where it is. But that's part of the reason why the Protector Tree is there. But the fighter or the champion can just move there. Overall, there is definitely a reason why this strategy should only be used as a last-ditch effort. If this video does well, we'll see about doing more teamwork strategies in the future. Alright guys, if you enjoyed the video, leave a like and subscribe to the channel for more Pathfinder 2nd Edition teamwork content. If you want to see more videos like this, you can check out this video here. And until next time, remember, Teamwork is vital.